The Taurus SHO is no stranger to those who know it. First introduced in 1989, replacing the MT5 and running through the 1999 model years, the super high output was the ultimate sleeper. Hello and welcome to another episode of the in-depth review series where we take an older, once mainstream car and review it as if it were a brand new car. This is how Neighborhood Car Reviews digitally preserves these cars to enjoy for years to come. Today's review subject is possible because of the amazing folks over at Community Ford in Mooresville. Make sure to check them out online as they always seem to have a very diverse inventory in rotation. Using a Yamaha-developed V6 engine and a 5-speed manual transmission from 1989 to 1995, then switching over to the Yamaha V8 engine and no manual transmission from 1996 to 1999. We wouldn't see another SHO until 2010 when Ford unveiled the much-awaited return of the SHO at the 2009 Chicago Auto Show, a month after the announcement of the new Taurus. After skipping two Ford Taurus generations, the resurrected sports sedan went on sale in the summer of 2009 as a 2010 model. Our car was produced on September 22, 2017 at the Chicago Assembly Plant in Chicago, Illinois. Hey everyone, in today's latest installment of the in-depth review series, today's video we are taking a look at the 2017 Ford Taurus. More accurately, we're taking a look at the Ford Taurus SHO, or the super high output. Anyone who's known the Taurus knows the Ford Taurus SHO. They're no stranger to it, and today we're taking a look at the latest and last iteration of that hallmark car. Our car today is painted in blue jeans metallic and it features a dark charcoal leather interior. Full pricing is shown on screen from when the car was new, and a full options list is in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. Today's review is going to be a full detailed in-depth review. We're going to cover everything from the exterior to the interior, powertrain, fuel economy, and everything else in between. Power comes not from the 3.5-liter TI VCT V6, but rather the more powerful 3.5-liter EcoBoost twin-turbo dual-overhead cam 24-valve V6 engine. This engine is of cast aluminum block and head construction and features twin Garrett GT1549L turbochargers and intercoolers with direct fuel injection and a 10-to-1 compression ratio. This engine creates 365 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 350 pound-feet of torque at 1,500 RPM. The Taurus SHO can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.2 seconds. 0 to 100 miles per hour comes in at 13 seconds, with a quarter mile hitting in at 13.8 seconds at 102 miles per hour. Top speed is governor limited to 141 miles per hour. The Taurus SHO is equipped with a 19 US gallon fuel capacity and it consumes 5.3 gallons per 100 miles driven, with an estimated total driving range of 361 miles. EPA fuel economy figures are 16 miles per gallon in the city, 24 miles per gallon on the highway, and a combined average of 19 miles per gallon. Sadly, no manual transmission is available on the SHO. The sole available transmission was the 6-speed 6F55 Select Shift automatic with manual shift capability and a 2.77 to 1 axle ratio. Steering on the car is electrically assisted vehicle speed-sensitive rack and pinion with 2.65 turns lock-to-lock and a 15 to 1 overall ratio with a 39.5-foot turning radius. Wheels on this car are the 20 by 8-inch machined and painted aluminums and are shot in 245/45 R20 Michelin Cross Climate 2 all-weather tires. Brakes are power-assisted 4-wheel disc brakes with ABS, electronic traction control, and torque vectoring control. Up front, we have 13.9-inch ventilated rotors with 13.6-inch ventilated rotors in the rear. The brakes on the SHO can halt from 70 miles per hour to 0 in 168 feet. Now, as we walk along the rear of the Taurus SHO, we're going to cover it in more detail here in the upcoming clip, just like I do in all my videos, but the SHO is very much a sleeper car. You don't really know what's past you until it has, and you see the SHO badge on the rear. Alright, looking around the rear in detail of the SHO Taurus, one of the great things about the Taurus SHO in general and as a whole, it was pretty much the sleeper Taurus. It looked just about like every other Taurus on the road, save for a bit of exterior bodywork details that kind of added to the aggressive sportiness. But overall, it was really hard to distinguish to the untrained eye. Just like we still have the chrome window belt line here, coming down to the pinstriping. And back here, really the only difference is the SHO has the spoiler back here. And it's just a small one-piece spoiler that is basically tacked onto the rear deck lid. And back here we do have LED taillights back here. We've also got the brake lights, the amber turn indicators, which are also LED, reverse lamps, that chrome band that runs the entire width. And it is cut in the middle by the large Ford logo. Underneath you do have a camera. And then of course we also have the Taurus badging here. And over here we have the SHO EcoBoost badging back here. The rear deck is actually very tall for this kind of car. It does have the larger diameter dual exhaust down below. And this car also has the front and rear parking assist, the parking sensors, and it also has the actual automatic parking assist feature, which is really nice. All right, now as we walk along the profile, on screen are the dimensions. You can see it's quite a large car actually. Quite a bit larger than the previous Tauruses that have ever been made. And I think it is actually EPA classed as a full-size car rather than the mid-size cars that they used to be. All right, now as you walk along the front of the car, as you can see, while it looks like a Taurus, it looks more like the Police Interceptor. We're going to cover the front in depth, but just a really good-looking car actually. Very understated. All right, now looking up front, not much distinguishes the front of the SHO from the rest of the Taurus line, just like the rear, save for a couple details. And once you see them, they're actually quite obvious, but for the most part, it looks just like a Ford Taurus. First and foremost, we have the gloss black skull caps on the side view mirrors. Down here on the quarter panel, we have this mesh texture plastic. It's just texture, it's nothing else. Chrome band, and of course the SHO badge. And then coming down the aluminum hood into the front headlamps. Instead of having chrome bezels, we have gloss black bezels here. And they do have LED running lights. They also have the high intensity discharge projector beams. They do have the Taurus logo right in here. Incandescent amber front turn indicators. And down here we do have LED light pipes for the driving lights. And we also have our front parking sensors and the radars for the automatic park assist. The big glaring feature though is the honeycomb grille. It doesn't have the traditional Ford grille for the Taurus. It has, looks kind of like it came off the Police Interceptor, but it is this plastic mesh honeycomb style. It does have the large Ford logo here. And that is repeated down below as well for the lower intake. Other than that, the Taurus SHO looks just like every other Taurus on the road. All right, now from the factory, this car is equipped with factory remote start. To operate is very simple. On the key fob, we're going to lock the vehicle. Then we're going to double press the remote start button on the key fob. All right, now before we get inside, let's take a quick look at our key fob. We just have a standard Ford Intelligent Key Smart Key, typical from this era. It has the Ford logo on the back. And on the front, we have a plethora of buttons, our remote start button, lock, unlock, trunk release, and our panic alarm. In addition, this vehicle is also equipped with Ford's Intelligent Access Smart Key Access System. So by keeping that key fob in your purse or pocket, you're able to lock and unlock the vehicle doors. So by simply locating this button on the door handle, it is actually just a raised piece of plastic. It's not an actual button. But by pressing that button, it'll lock the vehicle. And then to unlock, simply grab the handle as you would open it. It'll unlock. The other way of getting in is the keyless entry keypad right here. By entering your personal 4-digit PIN, you're also able to lock and unlock the vehicle. Let's go ahead and open up the door. Nice solid doors here. All right, and inside is a very sporty and very comfortable interior. As you can see, this car is actually exceptionally well equipped. And we'll go over all the options, features in the car. But first, let's take a look at the door panels here. The door panels, because the car is so tall and the doors are so tall, the door panels are actually quite upright. But they do have a lot of nice soft touch vinyl, this really glossy textured plastic finish. Kind of looks like carbon fiber, but it's not. We have another kind of vinyl here. It has this rolled texture to it. French seams going along the diagonals. And we have chrome door pulls here, door locks, the integrated door pull handles. It's really nicely detailed there. And of course we have our power mirrors, power windows, and power door locks. Window lockout switch here, padded armrest. Down here is hard plastic, but we do have the molded mat pockets, bottle storage, the speaker grills for the Sony sound system. Now up on the driver's side dash, we have this textured aluminum finish up here, chrome ringed ventilation vents. No automatic headlamps in this car. Oh, actually we do have automatic headlamps. Headlamp control, instrument panel brightness and dim, electronic tilt and telescoping steering column. And then we've also got power adjustable pedals, both of which are also programmed into the seat memory. And in the footwell, we do have the aluminum clad sport pedals. We also have a hood release, electronic or parking brake here, SHO specific floor mats, stainless steel Taurus stamped entry plate, 2 driver memory on the seats here, 8-way power driver and passenger seat, and it does feature 2-way adjustable lumbar support. All right, now let's take a look at the seats. Now the seats are actually very supportive and they're very comfortable, but for an SHO you'd expect them to have a little bit more aggressive bolstering. But they are completely black in color. They have accent stitching, the SHO logo embroidered in the seat back. We've also got perforated leather inserts on the seat backs and the seat bottom cushions. And that is because the seats are heated and ventilated. In addition, we've also got the sunroof. Alrighty, let's check out the rest of the interior now. Alright, now that we're inside, let's pan through the interior and show more details. Leather wrap, 3-spoke steering wheel with aluminum textured or painted plastic spokes. Just a standard airbag cover here, but nice thick leather wrap on the rim. And of course we've also got multifunction controls. These controls here control this left-hand side display screen, and then we'll go over all that too. We have our cruise controls over here. Now we do have adaptive cruise control. So we have set, accelerate, deaccelerate, resume, cancel, on and off, and then our gap adjust here. And then over here on the right-hand side, this quadrant here controls that side of the gauge cluster. And then of course we have our audio controls, voice command and phone controls and all that kind of stuff there. We've also got our upshift paddle here on the right, downshift paddle on the left, and our multifunction control stalk that controls turn indicators, high beams, flash to pass, and a wiper washer. Taking a look at the gauge cluster, it does have the My Ford display. So you have the primary speedometer in the middle. In this case, it is a 140 mile per hour speedometer with the Prindle down below, and assorted warning lights show up down below. And then over here on either side, flanked on either side of the speedometer, are 2 LCD display screens. And on the left-hand side is reserved basically for your instrument cluster and driver information. So you have a bunch of different views here, and it's all reconfigurable. So you have display mode, trip mode, fuel economy, driver assist, and all that kind of stuff. And you can just cycle through different views. And then going down to your trip is basically just trip A and trip B. Fuel economy figures, you have your trip, your actual 30-minute fuel history, and you can actually set that to 5, 15, or 5, 10, and 30-minute increments. You've also got your instant fuel economy. And then driver assist will have like traction control, blind spot, collision warning, cross traffic, all that kind of stuff. This car is actually very well equipped. It has lane departure and lane keep assist, front and rear park aid, all that kind of stuff. Vehicle settings, so you can turn easy exit on and off, auto engine off type of thing, lighting locks, all that kind of stuff. Set your wiper washers. My key, create my key settings, display settings. So for instance, our gauge display, we can actually set it to display fuel and tack, temperature, distance, all that kind of stuff. And then go back to your standard display. Over on the right hand side, it is kind of the same thing, but it actually goes off the touchscreen. So right now we're in navigation. Now, in some cars, you'd also have climate down here. So you'd actually be able to adjust the driver's climate. That would be in blue. However, this car does not actually have that. So we just have entertainment. So radio status, navigation, and phone. Nice thing about navigation is in its default, you have a compass. But if you had the map going, it would actually show turn-by-turn directions right here, which is a really nice feature. And then down here, we do have the odometer. And at the time of the recording, our SHO Taurus has 122,258.5 miles on it. And on the right-hand side, it does show outside temperature and time. All right, let's move over to the top of the dash. It is styled similarly to the Mustang. It is a dual binnacle design, similar to what Ford's had a long time ago. And it is bisected by the center point speaker for the Sony sound system. And then moving down the center stack, we have two large positional air vents. And we have the 8-inch Sync 3 touchscreen display. And of course, it is equipped with navigation. We've also got audio settings here. So AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, dual zone climate controls here. We've also got heated and cooled driver and passenger seats. Our phone controls are here. Navigation, of course, is here. And then by placing the vehicle in reverse, it also activates a reverse camera with active guidance lines. It also works in conjunction with the parking camera or parking sensors. And then we have apps, so Bluetooth connectivity, Find Mobile App, Sirius Travel Link, and then vehicle settings, so sound, clock, Bluetooth, the navigation settings, all that kind of stuff. We've also got vehicle settings, so door keypad code, camera settings, display settings. This car is actually equipped with Apple CarPlay and Google Android Auto. And we've also got the ambient lighting controls. Moving down, large gloss black, piano black trim, push button start. And over here we have our trunk release. And we have the audio source and our sound. This is a volume control here. And of course, tune and seek and scan, power button, all that kind of stuff. Moving the shift lever out of the way, we have touch-sensitive buttons down here for front and rear defroster, auto climate, turn the climate off and on. Over here, AC, max AC, recirculate, and then temperature controllers and fan speed controllers. Inside this little panel here opens up to reveal two buttons, the auto park assist. All right, so in this segment, we're actually going to demonstrate the auto park assist feature. This only works with parallel parking spots only. It is crude, but it does work pretty effectively. However, in the time it takes to parallel park this car using the automatic system, you probably could have parallel parked 100 cars. So it is quite slow, but in tight spots, especially like in city driving or anything like that, where parallel parking spots are pretty tight, this feature would be very handy. So it's semi-automatic, and that means you control brake, accelerator, and the gear changes. The car itself uses the radars and blind spot sensors and all that kind of stuff to effectively measure and figure out your spaces, so it can tell if the car will fit or not. I thought this also did perpendicular parking, but it only does parallel parking. I drove around different parking spots trying to find perpendicular spots, and none of them worked. However, by following the on-screen guidance prompts, you can effectively put your car in a parking spot, and it'll also pull the car out as well. So while not flawless, it's pretty good. And the lane departure warning, and our rear vehicle sunshade. And a 12-volt power point. Over here, this little door here is broke, but it does open up to reveal the cup holder. And over here, additional storage, and you can also have a cup holder insert as well. It is all flanked within the shift quadrant, and all has this gloss black texture to it. The sink, and of course we have a padded armrest that opens up to reveal nice amount of storage, 2 USB power ports, and a 12-volt power point. In addition, we've also got a nice large glove box. So yeah, that's pretty much the interior of the Taurus. There's a lot to show, even a car of this age. Has quite a bit of kit in it. Taking a look overhead, we do have an automatic dimming rearview mirror. We've also got 3-channel HomeLink universal garage door opener, sunglasses holder up here on the center on the overhead console. We've also got overhead lighting, and our sunroof controls are here. Taurus is equipped with nice large padded sun visors that do include illuminated vanity mirrors. Sun visors do swing out, and of course they slide out on extension rails. We've also got height adjustable seat belts and dampened overhead assist handles. Alright, and now let's take a look at the rear seat. Nice wide opening doors reveal a very nice and spacious rear seat. Quick look at the door panels reveal the same design elements as the front doors. We do have some padded vinyl here, that textured carbon fiber, that vinyl trim there, chrome door pulls, power window switches, integrated door grab handles, storage in the doors, speaker grills for the Sony sound system. But back here we just have standard tread plates. We don't have any stainless steel or anything like that. Now the rear seats do seat 3 across in a 60-40 split folding seat design. They do feature height adjustable head restraints on all passenger seating areas. They also feature perforated leather. And we have a fold down center armrest here that does reveal cup holders. Some of them just fell out too. Then overhead we have overhead assist handles, coat hooks. We also have overhead lighting. Down below we have positional air vents, 12-volt power point, and 2-stage outboard heated seat controls as well. And in the backs of both the front seats are seat back mat pockets. Now folding the seats is very easy. Just by locating this little lever or tab here, you can just pull the seat cushion here. This is the 40 position of the seat, and then of course the other side is the 60 position. Alright, there are a couple ways to open the trunk. The first and easiest way is just by pressing the trunk release button over here on the passenger side of the dashboard. The other way is on the key fob. Just double press the trunk release button. Now it doesn't actually pop all the way open. You'll have to actually approach it and then lift up the actual trunk itself. And the trunk does open up in a large 90-degree angle. As you can see, it does have a low lift over height as well, so very ease of access to getting loads into the trunk. That being said, one downfall, this panel here is starting to come loose, so it's kind of hanging down. But generally you'd have this thing flush up, so you'd have a lot of ceiling room. But as you can see, typical of a large car, you also have a very cavernous trunk, fully lined and fully carpeted. We do have some molded grocery bag hooks here. We've also got the tie-down hooks here if you had the rear trunk net. It is also fully lined and fully carpeted, even the trunk lid. You do also have your pull-down handle. And then underneath the mat itself, we have a compact spare tire along with the jack and tools. So there you go, the trunk of the Ford Taurus. To close it, just take your loop and then pull it shut, just like so. And there you have it, the 2017 Ford Taurus SHO. We hope you found the review informative, and if you did, please comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/neighborhoodcarreviews and our Instagram channel at BrensoJ1. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.